Good morning, South Carolina. Yes, it's still morning, 11:30 sharp, and we are moving forward with our 2021 Volleyball State finalists. This is our online press conference, and we are joined by some very special guests. Before we meet them, I just want to make mention to some of our very special sponsors this year that are bringing this forward for us. We have Wilson, which everyone knows is the best ball in the business, and also Lexington Medical Center, whom I will discuss a little bit later as we close out, but just want to make sure that you're aware that those two corporations are doing wonders for South Carolina athletics. And I just want you all to know that we have another special guest that's going to give a great welcome to all of our finalists from class 2A, 3A, and 4A. I asked everyone to welcome our commissioner, Mr. Jerome Singleton.
Sorry. Ken, thank you, Ms. Newman. Good morning. Congratulations to everyone. I know you've had a great season thus far. Please enjoy this experience. You know that you are ambassadors for the league, and we know that you're going to represent us well. I want to thank you for doing what you do so well. Again, congratulations. Have a great press conference and a great contest. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Singleton. And we will get started by introducing our guest from Class 2A. We have our competing teams in schools will be North Central versus St. Joseph Catholic School. From North Central, we have Coach Andy Johnson. And with him, he has Elena Johnson and Lily Roberts, both proud seniors from North Central. And from St. Joseph, we have Coach Jan Carino. And seniors with her are Kimmy Thompson and Maggie Patterson. Welcome. And our Class 3 representatives. Oceanside Collegiate versus Wren High School. From Oceanside Collegiate, we have Coach Jennifer Fort. And with her, we have senior Piper Johnson and Carissa Fragola, a junior. And representing Wren High School, Coach Amy Godfrey. And with her, we have Carson Lawless, a senior, and Mia Lugo, a junior. And rounding out our guests this morning, our Class 4A competitors, Aiken High versus Pickens High. From Aiken High School, we have Coach Jeremy Render. And juniors, both juniors, we have Natalie Bland and Bree Mahoney. And Pickens High School is represented today by Coach Ricky Owens. With her, junior Lauren Dow and Bailey Earnhardt, a senior. All right, well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not sure if you had the opportunity to watch earlier. At 10 o'clock, we did have our Class A and Class 5A representatives. They did a tremendous job representing their schools and their community, and we're definitely looking forward to the competitions tomorrow. I will remind our viewers and fans of volleyball that the teams that you see here during this press conference will all be competing this Saturday. I'll give some information as we follow up at the end on times and classifications, but just so you're aware that the other two classifications did have an opportunity to speak earlier, and that video is available on the High School League's Facebook Live archives. So just watch us and then take the opportunity to go back and watch the previous press conference. But we're going to start off with just giving a round of questions and getting a little more relaxed with our coaches. So I'm going to start with Class 2A and North Central, Coach Andy Johnson. Coach, can you tell us what's your journey been like? What is your 2021 season and this journey making it to state? What has that been like?
Well, we have a group of young ladies that work really hard, very dedicated. We've had some extra obstacles. Our school was destroyed in January of 2020 with a tornado. So they just started building our main campus as far as laying block about 5 weeks ago. So we have had access to our gym last season and on and off throughout the summer and this season. So we have some challenges when it comes to that, but our young ladies have been very focused, very dedicated, and we just perform well, even under pressure and under trying times with maybe no power and no water at times. So we look forward to this coming Saturday with a chance to compete.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach Johnson. And yes, we all remember when that happened. So we're glad to see that North Central's getting back up on their feet and still moving forward. So that's great news to hear. And from St. Joseph, we have Coach Carino. Coach, can you tell us what does it mean to get your group back to state this year?
Well, it means a lot. It was, I guess when you've built a pretty successful program over the years, along with that comes a lot of expectations that's always going to be the case. And when last year it didn't happen, it was tough. Because there are those expectations out there, I know the girls felt like we let down not only our team, but our school. So we are just very excited to be able to be back in the state championship game this year.
Glad to have you. Thank you so much. And representing our Class 3A, we're going to hear from Coach Jennifer Fort from Oceanside Collegiate. And Coach, can you tell us what's your journey been like, from last year's season versus this season and making it to state this year?
Well, I mean, my journey is the first time that I've had the opportunity to coach these girls, and the season definitely started off with a little bit of controversy and adversity. And I think that the way that these girls handled that and the desire that they have to go back to state and to represent well and to represent Oceanside well has really become more evident the more time that I've spent with them. And I might be new to the program this season, but these girls are not new to being on that stage and ready to go on Saturday. And I'm really excited and thankful to have that journey with them.
All right, great. Thank you. And representing Wren, we have Coach Amy Godfrey. Coach Godfrey, big win last night.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
That was a very big win last night. So how do you think that particular win affects your confidence leading into Saturday's match?
Well, we've had a pretty successful season, and our playoff run has sort of been kind of our redemption run. Early on in the season, we played in a preseason scrimmage where we lost to Blue Ridge. We played them in the playoffs and took them out in round 2. Our only regular season region loss was to West Oak. We had them in the 3rd round of playoffs and we took them out. And then also at the beginning of our season, as has been the tradition for the last few years, we played Powdersville, which is our hometown rival and the reigning 3A state champs. And we lost to them in that preseason scrimmage, but we finally took a set. And initially that was our goal. But as our season progressed, our goal was to get right here where we're at. And we knew that would mean meeting Powdersville again. And so it was a sweet victory last night, especially with our hometown crowd right there with us.
Great. Great. I like that you mentioned the hometown crowd. I'll get to a question about that in a moment. But we're going to move on with Class 4A, Aiken High versus Pickens. Aiken, Coach Render, tell us, what was Aiken High's biggest obstacle making it to state?
So I think one of the things that we really tried to do is schedule as tough as we possibly could. We wanted to get throughout our season and our non-region schedule and that sort of thing to growth. And so we really experienced a lot of growth. And I'll tell you, our team right now is very, very different than our team at the beginning of the season. And so I think we intentionally put some big obstacles along the way in order to be here. And so really, really proud of our team, really, really proud of how they responded all season.
Okay, great strategy. Thank you, Coach. And from Pickens, Coach Owens. And Commissioner Boozer and I were talking this morning just about volleyball in general. And I happened to mention remembering Pickens from the good old days, you know, when we had our in-person conferences and so forth. So you're back, and tell me, what does it mean to have the program back at yet another state finals?
It's wonderful. And I know we share the same type of history as Coach from St. Joseph's talked about. I mean, we have a legacy program here, and the past 4 times we've been here at state, you know, we didn't come home with that championship, but so we did feel like we let our community down and ourselves, but our community has been fantastic and been supportive, and they cheer us on. And you know, when we talk with the girls, it's been 27 years since we've won a 4A state championship. So it's a different ball game, and these girls have, I mean, we have battled the adversity and coming in with that mindset of hey, we're here again, and we're going right back again for it. So we're just not letting up, and we're, as Coach Kirkland had told me, you know, Ricky, be proud and grateful that you made it to that stage every year. So I take those words to heart, and that's what I share with these girls, and they're incredible. So we're just excited to be back, and grateful.
Yes, we all are, and that's something you just said is spot on. No matter what the score is tomorrow or Saturday, you definitely are winners. You made it this far. Not just, you know, you weren't just fighting your opponents, you were also fighting all the elements that were going on outside of practice and in the community at large. Okay, well, ladies, now it's your turn. I'm going to ask a few questions of you. I do like that the coaches, several of our coaches mentioned the community and the support and that sort of element to your success. I'm going to start with Lily Roberts from North Central. Can you tell us what has community support been like this season for North Central, and how has that affected your play?
I think the community support has been great for us because we're a small town, and I think that the community just wants it as bad as we do, and that they always come out and support, and that we had a huge crowd last night because they just really want it for us, and we do too.
All right, thank you. And let's see, from Aiken High, Bree, well, we have Bree and Natalie, and you're both juniors.
Yes.
So that means you have another year to look forward to. But being juniors, being invited to the press conference tells us a lot, tells us that you are, you know, 2 of the leaders of the team. I'm going to ask this, I guess, Bree, can you tell us, what does it mean to be considered a leader of the team, but yet you still have another year of growth yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It means everything. We have a really young group, so being a leader, just trying to step up and get everyone focused and ready to play in a big game like Saturday.
All right. And from Oceanside, this question will go to Piper. You are a senior. can you tell us something about your leadership strategy or skill set that you think helped and benefited the younger girls on the team?
Well, I'm very thankful for being a captain this year. I've had many captains in the future and I've always looked up to them. So it's nice having that role model and being that role model this year. Our team is pretty spread out with grades. So I'm excited to help lead the younger people and just bring support to all my teammates.
All right, thank you. And from St. Joseph, Kimmy, can you tell us what from last year to this year, what do you think your team has improved upon most to make it to state?
With everything last year with COVID and restrictions, I think this year it just means so much more to be coming back hard and strong. We really worked on, after some losses in the preseason, we've worked on everything in practice from serve receive to offense, and I think our focus going into every game in the region and playoffs has played a really crucial role.
All right, thank you. And Lauren from Pickens, can you tell us what you feel is your team's biggest strength?
I think our biggest strength this year is our adversity to overcome things, because we've had many injuries and people out being sick this year. And also just our mental toughness, like when it comes to longer games, we can outhold most teams.
Okay, thank you. And let's see, from North Central, Elena, I hear that you're possibly related to the coach.
Yeah.
Is that, do you think that is, how stressful is that? Is that something that you have to constantly strive to overcome, being the coach's daughter?
Well, him being my dad, it's put some sort of pressure on me, but other than that, he's just another coach. I do what I'm supposed to. I work hard. He pushes me as hard as he can, and I'm grateful for it.
Well, and I hear that you will be playing for a local school perhaps next year?
Yes, ma'am.
And what school is that?
South Carolina.
All right, well, good. Congratulations on that. And moving on to Bailey from Pickens. Bailey, can you tell us what changes I guess in the preparations, because you're a senior, so you've had a full gamut of styles and things that you've had to do, from a normal year through a COVID year through what I refer to as a apocalyptic season. What changes in preparations this year in 2021 do you think have maneuvered, that have gotten you where you are and will help you bring home a win?
I think the main thing that I have done and helped with other girls is just to stay calm and stay focused with everything we do, because it has been tough with the past 4 years and this being our 5th. We all just get so we just get too in our heads and worked up. So it's been great having a team that's starting to calm down more and to get more focus and what's about to come Saturday.
Okay, great, thank you. And Coach Godfrey, was there a point this year or point this season, a particular moment or game, but a time when you thought, we've got it, we're going to make it to state, that you knew definitely the confidence was there and you knew? What moment was that for you?
Well, from the very beginning of our spring season in May, I knew that this team was special. But as we started into our earlier part of the season with our non-region play, we were invited to play against Woodmont. We were invited to play at Burns in a tri-match with Burns and Blythewood. And I knew that we would compete with these teams. but we came out strong against all three of these teams and won. And I felt like after those games, I knew that we had a shot. We had a tough loss very early in region play, first game. But we've said as a coaching staff that we felt like that was our reset button. We needed it. And from that point on, it was pedal to the metal, and we just grinded until we got to where we are now.
Okay, great. Thank you. And same question, but for Natalie at Aiken High. I know that your coach had mentioned earlier that, you know, strategically there was a very difficult schedule set up. Can you tell us at what point this season that you felt like you were definitely headed to state?
That would probably be after the third round of playoffs when we played North Myrtle Beach. I remember on the bus ride home, everyone was cheering and we were all dancing and laughing. And I think that's when we all kind of knew, like, wow, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to get there.
Thank you. And Maggie from St. Joseph, Natalie just mentioned, you know, cheering and laughing and dancing. Did you think that those days would ever come back around during your high school career after the, you know, last year with the, you know, the pandemic occurring? Did you ever see yourself here at state and laughing and smiling and enjoying life again?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last year was one of the toughest losses I know any of us have ever faced, but I think we needed that to refocus us. And it honestly just motivated us even more to want to get here even bad this year.
All right, thank you. Let's see, and this next question will be for Coach Johnson from North Central. Making it this far, it seems like in the past, you're always, you know, this close or that, you know, one hurdle. And this year you've made it over an obstacle, you made it over a hurdle, and you've made it to state. What do you think was the reason behind that?
Well, you know, we've been close many times before, and you know, I just thought our kids progressed throughout the season at different skill sets. Even just, you know, 2 days ago, you know, we were improving upon different aspects. And we say the little things. The little things are what matter when you start talking about the game of volleyball. It's not always the big kill, the big block. There's a lot of little things that add up to make the team successful. And we pay attention to detail. And so I'm just excited that this is the group that crossed the hurdle, and you know, we hope and plan to perform well on Saturday as well. And so we're just excited for them and our community.
All right, thank you. And Coach Carino, what do you, from last year's final game, how do you think that gives you any type of advantage this year?
Well, yes, because as Maggie said, it just lit a fire, I guess, under the girls. We only had one senior on last year's team. So we basically have pretty much the same group of girls back. And because of that, having the same group back, you know, they're very determined to get that state championship back again. And not only that, but there are 7 seniors on this team. And those 7 seniors want another state championship. So.
Wow, that's a good top heavy leadership board you have there. That's great. Okay, and next question is for Ren. Mia, can you tell us what has been the best advice that Coach Godfrey has given you personally or to the team?
Probably to not let up, and when you get down, just look to your teammates and they'll like help you. They'll like bring you back up. Like if you make a mistake, like they're there to cheer you on. And honestly, it's just like we win as a team and we lose as a team. And no matter what happens, we're going to go down fighting with your teammates.
All right, great. Thank you. And Carissa, can you share with us advice that Coach Fort may have given you this year?
I think some of the best advice she's given us is to stay calm. And I know personally she'll tell me to keep swinging. And that always helps me because like, I know if I like make a couple of mistakes or like am in my head about something and like, I just get reassurance from the coaches to like, keep doing it. Like I have it, they have faith in me. I know that I can like, I have the talent and that I can do it and like put my best foot forward and stuff because I know that if I play like timid, I'll like end up making more errors. But then you know, when they tell me that and just be like, keep swinging, you got this. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm going to keep swinging. Like, I'm going to fight through it and finish it.
That's great. Thank you so much. And let's see for our next question. I think I'm going to, ask this of Aiken's Coach Render. Being a male coaching volleyball, a female sport that we have here, what do you think, what does having the spotlight on a female sport mean to you?
I think it means the world. I mean, these girls are student athletes just as much as anybody, and should experience everything that goes along with that. And so I really appreciate it from small scale. I mean, the way that this community showed up matches this season and last night really shows the support. And I think we're seeing that across the board. I mean, I know so many people and our girls like tuned into the Olympics this past summer and that sort of thing, and watching volleyball and female sports in general. And so I think it's really amazing. But at the end of the day, like I said, they're student athletes and should be treated as such. So just proud.
All right, thank you so much. And let's see, our next question, Elena from North Central. Can you tell us what female athlete has inspired you the most?
I probably say Thayer Hall because she's never gave up. She started really young, and I personally know her from club, so that was really a big inspiration on me. So knowing that and knowing how far she's gone just pushes me even farther.
All right, thank you. And let's see, Coach Carino, I've seen you so often and you've done this for such a long time. Can you share with us why volleyball? What pushes you to coach volleyball and keep coming back for more? And why did you pick volleyball, or did it pick you?
That's a good question. Because I have 3 sons. I don't have any daughters, so I didn't have any daughters playing volleyball. I played in high school. I went to Penn State, followed Penn State volleyball, fell in love with it pretty much then. And then just to, learn how to coach. And I don't know, I just love the sport. But I will say that one of the reasons that I really love the sport and love coaching here is because of the girls that I get to work with. So, and every year, I do have a lot of people coming up to me and saying, how long are you going to do this? And I just keep coming back because I love the sport, but more importantly, I love working with this group of girls that I'm able to work with. So.
Thank you. And same question, Coach Owens, why volleyball?
I also played in high school and I played in college, and I love the automatic sisterhood. You have automatic sisters, the teammates, and I love being a teammate and I love my teammates, and I wanted to be able to share that with other young ladies and let them know. That's what I tell them all the time, that their teammates are forever sisters, and it's an automatic friendship. And so I just enjoy that part, and just the relationship with the young females here at Pickens. We're very, very close. Some of these girls, we've been together for the whole time I've been here for 5 years. So very, very special when you get to give back to, the community. So
Thank you. And you mentioned I guess, the bond and the camaraderie. Bailey, can you tell us, as a leader of the team, like, how important is team chemistry and to play together? Not only I say to play together, which is actually working together, but on and off the court. How important is that team chemistry and bonding?
Well, this group of girls, we've been together since like 11U. So we've we know each other. We know like what not to push, what we can talk to each other about. And it's just a great, like we're great friends on the court, but we can talk to each other off the court. We can ask them for advice, like skill wise, and just any question we need, we can come to each other to talk about. So it's just like a great thing to have with your other teammates, and the status of our friendship and so it's like we're a great big family now at the end of it all. So.
Thank you. And from Rand Carson, you're a senior this year, and that sometimes that doesn't automatically mean you're a leader of the team, but you are a leader of the team. Can you tell us what it's meant to you to lead the team this year, not only this year, but in the past, and what you think how that impacted the road to state?
I think I am so grateful to be a leader for this team, especially this year, because this year we have accomplished things that Ren has never done in the past. So to be able to be a part of this team for being many first of this year is truly amazing and a dream come true.
All right, thank you. Let's see, and do you happen to have, Carson, another question for you. Do you happen to have a female athlete that has inspired you the most?
I would say really anybody that plays for Nebraska. I've always watched Nebraska volleyball when I was younger. They're my favorite team, and I really enjoyed watching them. So anybody
right.
on that team.
All right, thank you. And this last round of questions is going to be for our coaches. And it's just an opportunity for you to spew some complimentary words to your opponent before Saturday. And we're going to start with Coach Andy Johnson. Can you give us, your read, I guess, on St. Joseph and what you're up against?
Well, St. Joe's, we know them quite well. It seems to be a yearly event that we come together in the playoffs. So that's a fun time. Coach does a great job. We know every time we step into the gym to play them, usually deep in the playoffs, that they are high quality, high IQ when it comes to the game of volleyball, great effort. And we know that we have to play at our very best to have a chance against them as far as their skill level. I've got to know her very well because we usually talk before and after the matches, and even some of their players. It's been a couple years ago. I've coached a few of them, so that makes it fun to see them when they come in the gym and high five them and as we move forward. But just great respect for them and the tradition that they have and what they bring to the court every single year. We just look forward to it. It's a huge challenge for us, but we look forward to it on Saturday.
All right, thank you. And Coach Carino, if you could give us your feedback on your opponent from North Central.
Pretty much the same thing. We, as he said, we see them every year in the playoffs, and I'm going to say it, they're the team that knocked us out last year. So, so we every year that we play them, we know that it's going to be a good match. We know that we have to be at our best. And it's always a challenge. Every year it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge because, we enjoy the competition, and we always have, there are never any issues when we play each other. There's always good sportsmanship. And so we look forward to it, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
All right, and I definitely look forward to seeing that competition. And for our viewers, our Class 2A competition is Saturday, November 6th at 2:30 at Dreer High School. So I'll repeat that at the end, but I just want to put that out there that's happening at 2:30. And moving on to our Class 3A, which would be Oceanside versus Wren. Class 3A will be November 6th at 11 a.m. That kicks off our day Saturday. But right now, Coach Ford, can you give us feedback on your opponent at Wren?
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is the first time that we are matching up against Wren, and I know that we're really excited. I think Wren has had a phenomenal season so far. Kudos to y'all for really doing a phenomenal job in playoffs. They knocked off Powdersville, who's a team that we've seen in the championship game for the past couple of years and haven't been able to get by. So it's going to be an exciting matchup. It's going to be great competition, and we're really looking forward to it.
All right, thank you. And Coach Godfrey from Wren, could you give us your analysis of your opponent, Oceanside?
Well, as mentioned before, this is our first in a year of many firsts. This is our first run at the state championship. You know, we've heard a lot of talk about Oceanside, and they've got a strong net, good defense. But we're really just looking forward to the competition. We know that they're going to be ready because they've been here before. And they've been knocked off the last few years by Powdersville. And so we know they're going to be ready, but we are looking forward to a great day of competition, some great volleyball, because I know it's going to be competitive. It's going to be a fun run.
All right, thank you so much. And moving to our Class 4A, which is Aiken High versus Pickens. Coach Render, can you give us your read on Pickens?
Yeah, so Pickens has been the model of consistency, in South Carolina, and we know they're well coached, and we know they play great defense and have big swings. And so when you look, when you look at them, you're going to see a lot of weakness there, and so we're excited for the opportunity. We're excited for the chance and the challenge that we know we have facing us on Saturday.
All right, thank you so much for that. And from Pickens, Coach Owens, if you could give us your analysis of Aiken High.
Yes, I know that we have not seen them in the championship game. They knocked off Hilton Head, which is a extremely strong team. So those girls are coming. I know those two girls right there are key to their success as well. So they'll be, something that we'll take back into the gym these next couple of days and look at strategically what we need to do to, make sure that I know they're tough at the net. So we're excited. We're looking forward to the challenge. Kudos to you, Coach, and your girls. And we will see y'all on Saturday.
All right, and just to reiterate those times for Saturday, Class 4A is actually closing out the evening at 6 p.m., but we will have, starting off that morning at 11 o'clock is Class 3A, moving on to Class 2A at 2:30, and then Class 4A at 6. I do want to give our viewers and volleyball fans some further information. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, there will be digital tickets this year, and you can easily go to gofan.co. That's just co, gofan.co to purchase your tickets. There's plenty left, so we hope to see you there. And also, if you're not able to attend in person and don't need to purchase those tickets, but you still want to watch the action, you can watch on NFHS Network. Just go to nfhsnetwork.com and subscribe. I'll tell you, with so many fall sports occurring right now, a monthly subscription to NFHS Network is less than a movie ticket, but you have access to not only what you're going there to watch, you will have a month-long access to, we have cross country coming up. We have cheer, which cross country isn't live there, but cheer and football. So you'll have access to all of those and the archived competition. So it's worth it. I'm telling you, if you subscribe to NFHS Network, it's worth the subscription fee. But we hope that if you're not there in person, that you'll be there in spirit, cheering on our finalists as they compete. And just one more mention of our sponsors. The partners this year have been phenomenal. And I just want to give some special information or just kudos to Lexington Medical Center, just for their support for volleyball, but not only volleyball, but just all season. They are a tremendous partner with us. And we all know with the challenges of COVID and everything that happened last year and this year, wasn't as difficult this year, I guess, but we still need to always remember all of our medical professionals, and just want to let you know that Lexington Medical Center, they've been committed to the partnership with the South Carolina High School League. And that means they are committed to our student athletes and our coaches. So just thank you. I want to thank everyone for getting us this far, getting us to the championships, but that is always in turn to our medical professionals that keep us safe and put those precautions out and the protocols. So, here in the Midlands, Lexington Medical Center is the only independent hospital caring for our friends, our family, our teachers, our classmates. And so that care will extend out to the students that come from across the state to our championship venue, which is at Dreer High School this tomorrow and Saturday. So thank you, Lexington Medical Center. Thank you, Wilson, for the fabulous, professional, wonderful, best in the business balls that we will be using. And mostly thank you to our schools, our member schools. Congratulations to everyone that's here. You have done a tremendous job of making it this far. And no matter what the score is on Saturday, please remember that you are indeed a champion. So thank you, and we will see you on Saturday.